What's up, man? You're listening to the Subculture. You're listening.
Why do you always go in too hot? Why can't you just be like, hey,
this is
you should
Mikey Switz with NPR.
You should really just hey Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. I can't. God, I fucking hate myself. All right, fuck it. Hey guys, stop.
See, I fucking hate myself. Hey guys. Yeah, it's funny, dude.
Yeah.
Is this all gonna stay in?
No, I'm probably gonna take these and chop them up. Hey, what's up, guys? You're listening to the Subculture City Movie Roundtable podcast. I'm Mikey, here with
John
and
Panda. And
today we watched a movie called The Room. It's masterstroke in filmmaking.
Yes.
Directed by Tommy Wiseau, produced by Tommy Wiseau, written by Tommy Wiseau, starring Tommy Wiseau.
With a pattern there.
What?
There's a pattern there.
Yeah, with a guest appearance by Greg Sestero of Greg Sestero fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I'm gonna try and summarize this plot.
Go for it. There's no one else that can do it.
Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a movie about a guy named Johnny who's dating a girl named Lisa, who has a mom named Claudette, and Johnny's best friend is Mark. Now, that's a very important thing to note. If you don't watch this movie, you would never know
That's true.
that Mark is Johnny's best friend.
Yeah.
So, there's also their neighbor, Denny. Now, these are the main characters. Now, Lisa is not Johnny's fiancée. She's his future wife.
Right.
And she
Important
doesn't
distinction.
love Johnny anymore,
She does not.
but she loves Mark, and she likes him very much.
Yes.
And Denny is their neighbor, and Johnny loves Denny like a son, but Denny's like 25 and still in college.
Right.
And let's
Has
see.
a drug problem.
Yeah, he has a drug problem. Lisa's mom has breast cancer, but don't worry about it. Everything will be okay.
You're right.
Chris R is cool. He holds a gun to Denny's head. Then Mark takes the gun and holds it to his head. Peter's in the movie, but
Not really.
Peter's kind of in the movie. And then there's Party Pete, who replaces Peter.
It's like Bud Mike.
And
Big
basically, it's about Lisa cheating on Johnny with Mark. And then Lisa is simultaneously throwing a birthday party for Johnny because she doesn't want to leave him, because she doesn't want to hurt him, but she's still fucking Mark on the side, making a mistake. Yeah, so basically, Lisa's cheating on Johnny with Mark. Johnny finds out because Lisa makes out with Mark in front of Johnny at his birthday party or some shit.
She talks to her mother about it.
Right.
And he's in this. He's on the staircase, and he overhears it, and he doesn't believe it, so he records it. He's just like, I can't believe it. I must record everything. And he records their phone conversations on tape.
Just one.
He has one tape recorder, puts it on one phone, and he gets all of them.
Yeah, he's good to go. And basically, Johnny finds out that Lisa's cheating, curses her name by casually taking drawers out of... what's that fucking thing called?
A drawer.
A dresser. Taking the drawers out of a dresser.
Right.
And then he kills himself. And then Mark...
Dude, spoiler.
Spoiler warning, Johnny dies. Mark leaves the story by delivering one of the best...
We'll get to that.
All right.
Because there's a lot of lines in this movie that are
Okay.
fantastic.
So yeah, that's the plot synopsis. Lisa doesn't love Johnny anymore, but she's going to marry him. She loves Mark. Johnny loves Lisa and Mark. Mark doesn't love either of them, but he fucks them both in different ways.
Yeah.
I mean, the things we like about this movie are also the things we dislike.
Pretty much. There's everything this movie does just falls apart almost immediately.
This movie was made on a $6 million budget.
Half of Hot Fuzz.
Yes. Half of Hot Fuzz and the same as Garfield 2, A Tale of Two Kitties. And,
Damn it, beat me to it.
It's the same, just minus $32 million.
For Bill Murray.
And bankrolled entirely by Tommy Wiseau, who has never really fully divulged his origins to the world. He was independently wealthy at the time he made this movie, according to Wikipedia. And yeah, so all right, whoever wants to go, just I guess we have nothing to say about what we liked and disliked because they're all rolled up into one. So I guess we can just talk about the fucking movie. Whoever wants to start can go.
I would like to discuss the really uncomfortable sex scenes
Oh God.
that keep happening to you.
At you.
They happen at you.
These scenes happen at you.
Because it's like immediately it's like, oh, they the movie starts and then
If there's ever two people alone in the room, they're gonna fuck.
Yeah.
Like that is what this
Roll
movie
credits.
does.
yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
any point where it's just two people, they're going to bang, and it's going to be drawn out
Yeah.
way too long.
Yeah, it's possibly one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever seen in my life. I also really do enjoy that they used the footage for this third sex scene
From the first
sex scene. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was great.
I feel like we have to stipulate for people who haven't seen The Room, like it's legitimately horrible. It's like this is a movie that's like so bad it's good, which is why we're talking about the way we are.
By far the worst movie I've ever seen in my life, and will ever see in my life.
Yeah.
Unless Tommy Wiseau makes another movie,
You might.
he might.
I hope he does. I really do.
But yeah, so this movie is full of
Plot holes.
it's full of tracking shots.
Yeah,
It's full of people talking in circles.
yeah. There's
It's-
2 R&B songs.
Yeah. It's full of out of focus shots.
Yeah.
It's full of Tommy Wiseau's laugh.
Mm-hmm.
People saying hi to one another. Lisa
No,
saying
They say, oh, hi.
Yes.
Instead of hi, it's oh, hi.
They're
Yeah.
all Minnesotans.
So people saying oh hi. Lisa saying that she doesn't want to talk about it. And Mark saying things that don't make sense.
Okay, did anyone else notice that every time Mark is with Lisa, she's like, okay, at least for like the first half, she's like, oh, blah, 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 and she's all up on him. And then every time she's not with him, she's like, I hate him. He's evil.
Or you mean Johnny?
Oh, yeah, not Mark, Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing about Mark and Lisa is every scene they're in together, it seems like Mark forgets that he's fucking Lisa.
Yeah.
Like the very first line of dialogue they have is Lisa and it's mind you, it's never established why Lisa doesn't like Johnny. She just doesn't like. She's just over.
No,
Like,
she says that he's boring.
yeah, because he wants to buy her house.
No, it
Same.
totally makes sense. Yeah, no, you're right.
And so she calls Mark. Her first line of dialogue on that phone is, "Hey, baby," and Mark goes, "Oh, hey, Lisa, what's up? Yeah, I'm really busy right now."
I don't know. Like, I'm lost for just because. I mean, at that point they weren't fucking, but like.
Well, we don't know that.
Well, no, it's.
No, we do, because she came on to him, and no, you know what? We don't, because every time she comes on to Mark forgets that he's already fucked her.
Right. So they could have been doing this for a while.
This could have been going on for years.
It's like Memento.
What if Lisa has been cheating on Mark this whole time with Johnny,
And then it just
and Mark's
progressed.
just forgotten?
Yeah.
It's been so long. He's so traumatized.
Well, he's been doing drugs with Denny. Or Danny.
Yeah.
Denny. Yeah.
He's been smoking the dankest of weeds. R.I.P.
The dank-
Peter.
the-
R.I. Peter.
Yeah.
Yo.
He's
Fucking
spo-
down.
That's probably one of my favorite scenes of the movie is just when Mark gets really high and tries to murder Peter on the roof.
Yeah.
And after holding him over the edge of the roof and just like backing off and just like letting him go, he just like there's this like weird pause and he walks up and he's like, sorry. Like really casually, like I didn't just try to murder you.
Bro,
It's cool, dude.
weed happens.
Weed does happen.
And then Peter's line after that is, "It's okay. Let's talk about your problem."
Oh yeah, dude. No, I feel Peter in that, honestly. Like, no. So this movie is punctuated in between rare moments of, it's hard for me to call it plot development because it's not. But like things happening that have to do with Mark, Johnny, and Lisa. There are a few key scenes that make absolutely no sense in the context of the movie or without context of the movie. They just make no fucking sense because the movie's a train wreck. So it starts off. Lisa sitting down with her mom, Claudette, and, you know, to quote Claudette, "I got the results of the test back. I definitely had breast cancer."
Never mentioned again.
Yeah.
They don't even know.
Dropped. Maybe 15 minutes and a sex scene later, so 35 minutes later,
Yeah.
You get Denny randomly on the roof with no one there. Then Chris R. If you don't know who Chris R. is because we haven't mentioned him yet, it's because he's only in this scene. He's the drug dealer. He walks up to Denny,
Where's my fucking money?
asks for his money, a la Bryan Cranston.
Yep.
and pulls a gun on Denny. Suddenly,
Also, did you notice that it's the same gun that Johnny kills himself with later?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's the same color and everything. It's
Did
like
you
the
notice
exact
that that's also the gun that Mark used to kill Chris on?
And then stashed it in Johnny's room.
That's what it was.
No, he was trying to blackmail Johnny so
Dude,
Johnny would go to jail.
dude.
And then...
No. It all makes sense now because remember at the end after Johnny kills himself, you hear sirens, but no one calls the police.
Right.
But Chris R told the cops when he was in jail that they stole his fucking gun.
Yeah.
So the police are coming to register that shit as evidence.
But also, no, it's also that Mark's a cop.
Yeah.
Oh my
in
god.
the subplot.
Holy shit. It all makes
Or
sense.
the subplot that didn't come across because, like, Greg Sestero came up with a really cool idea, and then Tommy Wiseau was like, "Fuck that."
I think Tommy Wiseau like wrote the script, showed it to what's his name, Greg
Sestero.
Sestero,
Yeah,
and then
plays Mark.
he was like, oh, I have this idea and this idea and this idea to like bring the plot points together, and then he was like, no.
Or he took the ones that would make no sense without context, and he was like, "Those, yeah."
He looked at Greg Sestero and he says, "Haha, what a great story."
Out of sync with his own mouth.
Greg, you are my best friend, and I love Lisa so much.
No, but just because I mentioned it and we didn't really give context. Greg Sestero said in his book about this movie that he developed some background for his some backstory for his character, that he was a cop. What was he?
He was undercover Vice, which explains why he's so mysterious when he's first on the phone with Lisa, because he's parked in the middle of the day in San Francisco with shades on, and he says he's really busy, but then he talks for another 5 minutes. And then when he shows up, he has like random mood swings where like he's stoked on Lisa, but then he's not, and then he forgets that he's fucking Lisa, and then he's Johnny's best friend. Then he tries to kill Peter after he smokes weed. So all those things are tied up to him. He's an undercover Vice detective. So I chalk part of it up to him being undercover. Maybe he's investigating Denny, and the stress of the job. You gotta relieve that stress. You have to do one weed a day.
One whole weed. Now, and then there was also the way he handled the drug dealer, where in the sense that he just yanks the gun from his hand, just holds it to his head, and like takes him down. He's like, "What the fuck?" But either way,
I just wish that they went back and forth where like Chris is holding the gun to Denny's head, and then Mark comes in and takes the gun and holds it to Chris's head, and then
Johnny takes the gun and holds it to Denny's head.
And then Lisa takes it.
Lisa steals the gun and just holds it at her mom's head.
No, at Johnny's.
No, and Peter comes in with.
Peter comes in and talks them all down, and then Johnny accuses him of always playing psychologist.
And then new Peter comes and kills Peter.
It all comes full circle.
These are deleted scenes.
Yeah, you have to get the director's cut. It's way better.
I'm pretty sure I saw the director's cut the first time I saw this, because I was definitely watching this movie for way longer than 90 minutes, or maybe it's just it felt that
99 minutes.
You're right.
Those 9 minutes make a difference.
Those 9 minutes are just... It's the deleted vampire scene.
Yeah.
I wish.
So, go ahead.
I actually should probably explain that, the vampire scene.
All right. So, all right. A lot of the context that comes with this movie in understanding how truly strange it is comes from the backstory. And so Tommy Wiseau, he's a dude that's very mysterious. No one really knows much about him. We don't know how he made his money, anything like that. But he's this weird enigmatic dude. And when he's writing the script of this movie, Greg Sestero released a book called The Disaster Artist 2 years ago in 2013, where he talks about making The Room. And he talks about this plot arc where Tommy Wiseau's character in the movie, Johnny, was originally meant to be a vampire, which Panda called before knowing this. And there was a scene to establish that Johnny was a vampire. There's nothing beyond this, by the way. This is the only scene mentioned where, like, oh yeah, he's a vampire now. Where Johnny was meant to get his Mercedes on the roof of his apartment building, get in it, drive, and take off in flight over the streets of San Francisco. And that's how you would know Johnny is a vampire.
Which makes sense, right?
Yep. Nope.
Yeah.
Totally.
So there's that.
I have an alternative theory. So he's a vampire, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he bit Lisa, and now she's a vampire, right? Which is why she's so diabolical and evil.
Mm-hmm.
And she's bored because she's been with Johnny for like 8 million years, because the dude's clearly like 46,000 years old.
They've been together for 8 million years.
Yeah. Don't think about it. Just accept it. And so she's bored, and then she meets Mark, and then Mark forgets her, and then she meets Mark again. Well, Mark meets her again, and then the story goes on from there. She's bored because she's been dating the dude for 46 million years. He's a fucking vampire. I think it's a viable theory.
Panda and I just had the same exact thought, which is why you went from 8 million years to Johnny being born 46,000 years ago to them having been dating for 46 million years.
My theory does not have or has a lot of continuity problems, just like this film. Therefore, it would work perfectly.
It would. All right, let's really stretch our minds. Is there anything remotely acceptable about this movie? Because this movie was not written to be a comedy. We're treating it like it's a comedy because it fucking is, but it was not written with that intention. Is there anything in this movie?
Like any redeeming? Like
anything at all? If you were to walk into this movie and maybe you have no sense of humor, right? And you're just trying to take it seriously.
Chris R. Chris R. wasn't even that good. He was the most convincing thing about this movie. Like
Yeah.
when
Is that the character's name, Chris R? Or is
Yeah,
that the
that's the only context we get is he walks up onto the roof and he comes up to Denny and he's like, "Where's my money?" And Denny literally says, "Chris R, I was just coming to see you." Refers to him as Chris R. That's the only time we get it, so he's Chris R.
He's probably the most convincing thing about this movie when he's like shaking Danny down for money. Other than that, there's not really anyone in this movie that can act particularly well. There's nothing the plot doesn't make sense. There's nothing really in this movie. I mean, if you're into like softcore porn, I guess you'd like the sex scenes, but that's about it.
Okay. I have a redeeming factor. Can you guess what it is?
I think so, but I don't want to.
Soundtrack. Just the two. Just the
The
two
two
songs.
songs they play.
Yeah, there are two songs that are actually good.
They sound like Corinne Bailey Rae R&B jams. That's how I describe them. And they're in the first sex scene and the third sex scene, which is also the first sex scene.
Right.
So there's that. Chris R is dope. I'm down with Chris R. He's only dope in this movie. Like in anything else, he'd obviously be the worst actor in that movie.
Yeah.
But in this case, he just excelled because he's surrounded by so much terrible.
And then
I mean, the extras, like when he's buying like coffee or hot chocolate or whatever, like those actors.
Well, I have a theory that they're not actors. Like
He just
Tommy
went
Wiseau,
in.
yeah, he just showed up with the camera. He's like, I love Lisa, so camera go.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
hi dog.
Yeah, and they were like,
Oh,
okay.
the flower shop.
The flower
scene.
shop is seen
Yeah.
as the best
Alright,
scene in the movie.
So there's obviously, if you had to pick like literally anything, it's such a moot point because it's so fucking bad. But
if I could pick anything that's convincing
yeah,
in the
sure.
movie, no, there's at no point is this a good film. There is nothing. There's literally nothing that is redeeming about this movie. Nothing.
You want to say nothing some more?
There's nothing good.
No, really nothing.
There's really nothing.
What about that one in focus shot of Claudette?
Yeah, but it's a super close up when you don't need it. When you really need a reaction shot of what she's saying.
Well, everything in this movie is a reaction shot.
Yeah.
Basically.
It was horrible.
All right. What about chocolate blowjob Mike?
Blowjob Mike. Which dude is that? Is
He's
that
the dude with the frosted tips, me underwear.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's the guy whose life is all blowjobs.
Okay, I imagine that he was in Brink, the Disney movie about skating, but no, even Frosted Tips guy does not save the movie.
Dude, that dude's my fucking hero. Like,
He
no.
sucks, dude. He just
Actually,
sucks.
you know what? I think the best actor in the movie is his girlfriend.
Michelle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's still
I would
pretty
agree.
bad though.
No, she's not good. She's not even average, but she's better than everyone else.
Yeah. I would compare her to Chris R, but she has more screen time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By far. Yeah.
Okay, so with that bullshit out of the way, because nothing we said just then matters at all, because it's a fucking terrible movie. Best parts of the movie.
Flower shop.
The flower shop scene's really great. I really like the part where it's where he's like on the roof and after he tries to kill Peter and it's like such an evil bitch. Fuck. Fuck. It's like he's trying to say fuck, but he just doesn't say it. He's like fuck. It's so.
He just invokes a meme instead.
It was that scene's really funny.
I like when Denny tells Johnny that he loves Lisa,
Oh God.
and he's like, "It's okay." He's just okay with it. He's just like, "Yeah." His
and
future
he's like,
wife.
What about Elizabeth? Oh, I'm in love with her. I graduate college and get a good job. I'm gonna marry her and have a bunch of kids.
We never hear about her before that. We never hear about her after that.
We don't. Again, with his drug problem, don't
Yeah.
hear about it ever again. With Lisa's mom's breast cancer, you never hear about it again. Chris R. getting hauled away, which John's theory is he got shot in the hallway.
Yeah, no, he's dead in the hallway. Chris R is dead in the hallway. Mark killed him. Mark forgot that he killed him.
Why do you think after Chris R dies, the next time we see Mark and Lisa engage in coitus, that they're in Johnny's bedroom and not on the stairs? It's because they don't want to fuck on top of Chris R's corpse.
It's true.
Why do you think Lisa says instead of, hey everyone, let's go upstairs for some fresh air, she says, let's go outside for some fresh air?
Why the fuck would they go upstairs?
Because Chris R's in the fucking way. They can't get up the stairs. He's dead.
On the stairs? Like in
We're,
their
we're
apartment?
talking about two different stairways. We don't know that actually.
No.
Oh, you mean the staircase like out on the roof?
No, I'm assuming they're the same thing.
They're not the same.
No,
thing.
there's
Prove it.
Alright, fair.
Yeah, you never
Exactly.
because no, Mikey's right because when they open their front door, there's sunlight,
Mm-hmm.
and they said they were in an apartment.
Yes, it could be like our old apartment in
No,
the
no,
sense
no,
it's
no,
open.
no, you're being ridiculous.
It's
Seriously,
San
dude.
Fran. They have good weather.
Do they?
I think that Tommy Wiseau's not even his real name.
It's not.
It's not.
No. He changed his name, I read this earlier, from whatever his original last name was to Tommy Pierre Wiseau. There's a French word for... Excuse me. Fuck.
Is that so? He's trying to convince people he's French.
Yeah. It was a French word. I want to say it means owls, but it could be because I read Batman Court of Owls yesterday, so I don't know that that's true. But it means something, and he took the O from the beginning of the word Osao, or however you pronounce it in French, and put a W there, because his original last name began with a W. But Tommy Pierre Wiseau is not his real name. So there's that.
What I was gonna say is that every character in this movie has just John.
Basic.
Yeah.
Dave.
Except for Claudette and Denny, which
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure is Danny, and then they just all heard Tommy say Denny.
I think that either he doesn't understand how to spell Danny, or he can't pronounce the word Danny.
Yeah, it's like he reads the word, it's written correctly, Danny.
Yeah.
Danny!
And then he thinks everyone else is mispronouncing it.
Yeah. Alright, so my favorite, I've been waiting to guess this. My favorite line in the fucking movie is the very last thing Mark says. Because throughout this movie, Mark's he's so fucking likable. No lie. He's just a likable goof, you know? Oh, I'm fucking Lisa, but I forgot about it. Lisa, why are you hitting on me? Yo, let me hit it on the stairs, eh? Right? All this shit. And then the very last thing he says, he could not, to quote Cinema Sins, leave this movie without saying one more thing that did not make sense. So, God damn it. No, you know what? Fuck it. Tommy's killed himself.
Yeah.
He's on the floor with blood. Mark can't tell whether or not he's still alive, despite the fact that,
He might be a cop.
Rule 3 of dead, blood out of the body.
All blood out of the body.
All blood out of the body. And so he starts to randomly blame Lisa, not even for Tommy killing himself. Fuck it, Johnny killing himself. He says to Lisa, "You murdered Johnny. You killed him." Then he calls her a tramp.
Yeah.
Then he gets up to walk out of this room after Denny randomly interrupts and then asks Johnny to come back to life, but he's fucking dead and anybody would know that from
Dead as
looking at
fuck.
him. Mark stands up and he looks to Lisa and he delivers this fucking line. And he says to Lisa, "For all I care, you could drop off the earth. That's a promise." Fucking boom, roll credits, drop the mic, drop a fucking nuke, it doesn't matter. That shit is fucking dope. For all I care, you could drop off the earth. That's a promise.
Killing it.
Mark loves promises.
Mark breaks a lot of promises.
What else did he promise earlier in the
At
movie?
the beginning of the movie, I couldn't remember what it was.
Fuck.
Also, Johnny is his best friend.
Yes. Mark likes to make it adamant.
We
The
should have already
first-
seen the counter of that.
The first time that that Lisa and Mark bang, she's trying to seduce him, and then he's like, "Oh, there's wine and there's candles and there's you're wearing a sexy dress. What's going on? Really?
I wonder.
Yo, it's
And then-
obviously
and
Netflix
then-
and chill.
And then he says, And then he says, I can't, or I don't want to do this, or I can't do this, or something like that.
And
then kisses her.
Yeah.
It's literally line, and then he does it.
I just imagine Tommy Wiseau behind the Greg, your cue. You forgot your cue. I did not.
Have we talked about the overdubbing?
No.
Oh, we haven't.
The ADR. Hell yeah. I'm down with the ADR.
ADTR, yeah.
So the legend goes that
What?
throughout this movie, Tommy Wiseau, first off, there's a co-director, if you watch the credits, which we didn't because we wanted to get out of there as soon as possible, that there's a co-director who wanted to sue Tommy Wiseau a few years ago for his credit on the movie and have it attached to the opening titles. Because apparently Tommy Wiseau, once he cast himself in the role of Johnny, was so adamant about his acting skills. Mind you, he mentions Marlon Brando as his primary influence. It's apparent. And he got so caught up in trying to deliver this performance that he wasn't directing anymore, and he assigned somebody to roll the cameras, yell action, yell cut, and splice all that shit together. So I'm imagining just Tommy Wiseau behind the camera just doing that shit. It's fucking sick. Makes perfect sense. I'm down. I'm ready.
He's just the worst.
But he's not. He's the best. That's the point. All right, check me out. I'm gonna do this like it just happened.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, hey, Candace. Wow. What'd you think about the room, huh?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, hi, Candace.
Oh, here, come here closer toward the mic so it can pick you up. We were just discussing it, like right now when you walked in.
It honestly, I felt like I was watching Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie. Like, before the actual Tim and Eric characters are a thing in Tim and Eric $1 billion movie. Like, the film that they spent the $1 billion on that had the fake Johnny Depp in it, that's what it was like the entire time. It was just really bad.
Okay,
acting.
so what was your favorite part? All right, I'll ask you what we've already asked each other, which is there anything that's okay about this movie at all whatsoever?
Absolutely not. Nothing will ever be okay.
Even the music.
No,
Actually-
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm fucking saying.
Okay. I was just thinking just the film. Like, everything
like
about
the
it.
film
It
as
has
a-
honestly traumatized me. But during the sex scenes, although they were extremely dragged out and very uncomfortable, and I am scarred for life, the music that they were playing, it was pretty legit.
Just for 1 and 3.
Just for 1 and 3, yeah.
Okay.
The
And-
really, like, soul
R&B.
R&B.
I say it sounds like Corinne Bailey Rae doing R&B. So, okay, best part about the movie, because you're the only person who's here besides us who saw like pretty much the whole thing.
Best part about the movie,
Yeah, like like your favorite fucking part.
I can't even think of anything off the top of my head.
Like the flower shop scene, or
Breast cancer.
Oh,
Breast
yeah.
cancer.
No, the flower shop scene was
or
probably...
the coffee, when
was
they get coffee.
I don't remember the coffee part.
What about
The flower shop scene definitely was one of my favorite
I think
scenes.
one of Panda's favorite parts is when Tommy's in the closet being a big giant 4-year-old. Lisa's on the phone with Mark and she goes, "Tommy, come out," or something like that.
No, she. It was
Or
before
Johnny.
It was before she called her Mark.
Yeah.
She's outside talking to her mom, and then her mom leaves, and she says, "Oh, you can come out now." She's gone. He's like, he just responds, "In a minute, bitch."
It's
that shit was
like
sick.
another good one was when was it Tommy and what's his best friend's name?
Mark.
Mark, when they're
How
just
did you forget?
randomly playing. I'm sorry, I honestly
Oh,
was
no.
Oh,
They
we
played
haven't even
they're just
discussed
randomly
this yet.
playing football
Yes.
in a wooded glen.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, this
That wasn't a
movie
wooded
is
glen, it was
actually a sports movie. It's like Rudy
Yeah.
on steroids.
It's like Coach Carter, dude.
It's like Coach Carter, Rudy, the 10 whole yards.
The the longest yard.
The
Yeah,
longest yard.
that's what I said. Yeah, all those movies wrapped into one
I don't want to live anymore.
enticing drama.
Neither did Johnny.
Yeah.
And
That was
there,
really
yeah.
good.
So we did not discuss
Did not.
we didn't discuss that scene, and we have not discussed the football. And
We haven't even discussed the fact that Lisa accused
Oh my
Johnny
God.
of beating her.
Yeah.
And the Scotchka.
And we haven't talked about ADR either.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
that's what we were going to talk about.
Yes. Okay. So
So throughout the entire film, a lot of the lines are ADR, but mostly Johnny is just, I guess he couldn't remember his lines or something like that. Which he wrote. But so he would just kind of move his mouth or something, I don't know, and then he would just ADR his lines after. But
Doesn't he have a script on set?
But they did it with a lot of people, which like leads me to believe that like maybe they just did not have a boom mic. Maybe they just didn't, or they weren't speaking loud enough, like they weren't projecting.
That's a possibility.
I love Mark.
Yeah,
But I love
because
Lisa
like
so much.
if you look at the way his mouth is moving, but like the volume of his voice,
Yeah.
it's so much louder. So I feel like he spoke really softly, and then he had to redo it.
Well, the only time specifically it looks like he was yelling is when he said, "I did not," and they
No,
overdubbed
also
"I
you're
did
tearing me
not."
apart.
That one was pretty loud though.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying like the
I did.
disparity.
Yeah, no, like his
He
face
looks
looked
like
like he was screaming, and then it's like, "I did not." It's like,
Yeah.
Oh, the motherfucker too.
Yeah, that was my last point, but let's talk about it
Yeah.
now. I did not, motherfucker.
No, don't touch
Oh,
me,
yeah.
motherfucker.
It's
Dude.
so much slower than that though, because
Don't touch me, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Dude,
that was pretty
hell
accurate.
yeah. That shit was sick. I love when Tommy Wiseau says curse words at me.
Yeah, at you.
Like, in the whole movie, I just feel like he's talking to me. And then, so, I forgot, yeah, this movie's also about football. It doesn't...
Friendship as well.
Yeah, friendship and football.
I think that Tommy Wiseau's idea of football is just four dudes throwing a football at each other that
Just
are 3
being
feet away.
bros.
Just being fucking bros, dude. Just broing out.
Dude.
Was Peter? Was it the one with
Bro,
the
it's a
brown glasses,
prank.
the psychologist?
Yeah.
Well,
What
yeah.
happened to him?
Oh, alright, so, when,
He
after...
like fell on the ground after playing football.
And then he
randomly,
left.
And then he died.
left.
So after we were done watching this movie, we went on Wiki to look up the behind the scenes stuff. Now, going into this movie, John assumed all the lines that Tommy Wiseau delivered were recorded over.
Yeah.
Panda assumed that Tommy Wiseau was Dracula, which we've established both, that
Yeah.
he kept forgetting his lines and had to re-record them. And there was a subplot that was dropped where he was a vampire. Now, there's a dude who jumps into the movie around the 3/4 mark. And Peter, the psychologist, shows up like halfway through the movie. He's Johnny's friend, also a psychologist. He's always playing psychologist. And
Good old Pete.
yeah, and he wears glasses. He's kind of a nerd. And he's not good at football. He tries to run with the football and trips over. Now,
No, he doesn't even have the football. He's like, Mark's like, go long, and he's
right,
and
right.
he just runs 2 steps and falls.
yeah. So Peter's in the scene in the room with Johnny. Then Mark comes in. They're talking about women issues, brah. And then
Just broing out, have some bro
yeah.
time, dude.
same.
They're just a couple bros.
Bro,
And
out
then-
with my bros.
They go to this wedding picture shoot. It's never really established. They're just all wearing tuxes.
Yeah, they bought
Also-
tuxes for the movie, and
Yeah.
then, you know.
They needed to use it.
Yeah. And then they go outside and play football in their tuxes. And Peter's last scene is him running along for the football and then tripping. And then after that scene, you never see that character Peter ever again. And I had this theory that there's a guy who had joined his birthday party at the climax of the movie, randomly shows up and has way too much dialogue for being a random. So I thought, all right, the dude playing Peter just quit. And they got this dude, and he's Party Pete, because he only appears at the party. Trademark to John. And after looking up on Wikipedia, it turns out that the dude who played Peter was actually only scheduled for a limited amount of time. And so once he ran out of time, he left the production like he said he would. And so they hired this dude to say all of Peter's important dialogue at the party. So I was fucking right, and John was right, and that guy's Party Pete from henceforth.
So it was the same character?
No,
They never give.
it's never really established. That dude doesn't have a name other than Party Pete.
That's
No, I mean,
which is the name we gave him.
Yes. Which is also the official name. Did we miss anything? I think we did.
Oh yeah, no, Scotchka.
Oh,
Scotchka.
fuck,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
right. Right, alright, so.
Well, do they ever say that it's Scotch and
No, but CinemaSins did.
Oh, okay.
So, Panda, you can explain Scotchka.
All right. Well, fucking, I was about to call him Mark. Johnny comes home after not getting a promotion, and so Lisa convinces him to drink, even though he doesn't drink. She comes in with some liquor or some liquid that looks like whiskey or scotch or bourbon, whatever you want to call it, and then pours vodka into it, and then gives it to him, and he's like, "Oh, this is delicious." And Cinema said it was scotchka, so I'm just gonna assume it was scotch and vodka.
That's some serious shit.
Yeah, and there's no way that would taste delicious. But either way,
What if it was just fucking apple juice, man?
apple juice and vodka still doesn't sound good.
Doesn't, but
Either way, so pretty much Lisa gets him drunk. They that's when the third sex scene happens, which is just a recut version of the first sex scene. And then the next day, she decides to tell people that Johnny came home, got drunk, and beat her.
yeah.
So then Lisa just pretty much accuses, or she doesn't really accuse him. She just kind of goes around telling people that Johnny beat her. And then when Johnny confronts her about it, she's like, "You don't even know," and then she kind of tries to walk away.
Yeah, no. She doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's really bizarre, and
She's doing
the thing
her.
is, these people just like they know Johnny, and she just says, "Yeah, he beat me." And they
But no
don't.
one-
They take her word for it, and then they're still hanging out with Johnny like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Johnny's a chill dude.
Johnny's a pretty chill dude. He seems pretty even keeled, and then what happens, man?
Trust fart Mark kills himself.
It escalates quickly.
He couldn't hang. He did too much acid and he had no chill.
Who was that about?
David Melkonian.
Yeah.
Yo, Dave, if you're listening to this, fuck you, bruh. Same. Alright, so, we'll do final thoughts. Are we doing this out of Nick Cage's or Tommy Wiseau's?
Well, what did we say earlier? That 10 Nick Cages is one Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
So, if this movie had 10 Tommy Wiseau's, that'd be 100 Nick Cages out of 10.
So let's do it. Let's do it
Your
100. Let's do it 100 out of 10 Nick Cages.
Okay.
100 out of 10 Nick Cages?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
From 1 to 100.
How's that math work?
Listen, it doesn't.
Okay.
From you.
I follow.
Your scale is from 1 to 100 divided.
But to be fair, this
out of
movie
10.
doesn't make sense, so a scale that doesn't make sense works.
Yeah, that's true. No continuity.
1 to 100.
The scale is 1 to 100 out of
Alright,
10.
no, how about this? 1 to 30.
No.
1 to
you're
39 Nick Cages.
overcomplicating now. Okay. 1 to 100 divided by 10
But you don't divide it. It's just out of 10.
out of 10.
Yeah, it's
okay.
1 to 100 out of 10 Nick Cages.
Okay. Alright, so who wants to go first?
And you have to use a decimal point.
Okay.
Alright, gotcha.
So this movie, produced by, directed by, written by, starring Tommy Wiseau, Gesundheit. This movie makes no fucking sense, and you know what? I thought I wasn't gonna be stoked to watch it again today because I watched it 2 days ago, but fuck it, I'm fucking stoked. I'm on that hype shit. I'm smoking the same weed as Mark. I'm doing the same drugs as Denny. I'm buying the same guns as Chris R. I'm giving this as a full-on, straight-up endorsement. 99.862 Nick Cages out of
Wow.
10 Tommy Wiseau Nick Cages.
So that's really bad. Because remember, our Nick Cage scale is reversed.
Oh yeah, no, I know that.
Okay, all right.
But you should watch it anyway. It's a definite recommend for me. Honestly, if you're only gonna like this movie if you're a fan of like shit-tastic movies such as Birdemic and
2.
Trolls 2,
What's Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving,
The Matrix.
Appreciation for
Oh, fuck
Tamir.
Poultrygeist, and Garfield 2: A Tale of Two Kitties.
This movie, I enjoy watching movies like this, which is probably why I ended up not minding watching this for the third time in my life today. But that being said, it's just such a mess. It's like the whole thing just like, at least with Trolls 2, like the plot kind of went through the whole thing. It didn't make sense, but at least it was consistent in that regard. With this, it's just throwing shit at you. It's just, and it doesn't really make sense. That being said, I would also recommend this movie. Definitely do it in a group. The more people you watch this with, the more fun it'll be for sure. And I'd probably end up giving this a 96.5.94 L.
Good.
Yeah.
Same.
This was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. I'm so happy that I saw it. I never want to see it again, ever. And I never will. I will never watch this movie all the way through again. I will watch Scenes
No, but
again.
But see, the thing is, you want to watch Trolls 2 again. And
Yeah,
I'm
because-
sure right after you were like, I would never watch that again.
No. I mean, I wouldn't want to watch Trolls 2 the way you did, where you like watched it like 3
Yeah,
nights in a row.
I watched it 5 nights in a row.
Yeah.
That was a bit
Like,
brutal.
I would watch it like once a year or something like that. But this movie, I'm okay with just watching the flower shop scene again and the rooftop, and that's pretty
Just
much
be
it.
reminded
Yeah.
by like fond memories.
Yeah.
Ah, that was
So
fun
that-
that one time.
but
I
I
watched
don't-
it, never again.
I don't want that to happen to me again. But I'm gonna go ahead and give it 100.6 out of 100 out of 10.
Okay, fair enough. Makes sense. So, recommendation or no?
Absolutely.
Okay.
If you hate yourself.
Okay, so that's half a recommendation by John.
So that's 2.5
If you watch
recommends.
it with people, if you watch it with at least 4 people,
Yeah.
then it's worth it. At least 4 people.
The first time I saw
Bonus-
this, I saw it by myself. That was
So
brutal.
Wow.
That was brutal.
Wow. That sucks.
I
Yeah.
would have stopped. I just would have stopped watching.
So-
No, I couldn't. I was too invested.
Next week, we're going to be watching Panda's Pick, which is The Room.
This is just going to be us reviewing The Room every week and see if anything's changed.
This is my final podcast.
R.I.P. in peace, John.
Yeah.
Rip in pieces. No,
Just like Chris R.
just like Chris R. dead in that hallway. No, but next week we're going to be doing Gone Girl.
Starring
Kate Winslet and Ben Affleck.
Anne
No.
Batfleck.
It's not Kate Winslet.
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry, Anne Hathaway.
Still not Anne Hathaway.
Starring David Fincher, the best director of all time. Thanks for tuning in. Suppy.